So this is going to be a little commentary guide on how I farm 200% Zammy. I've been having a lot of fun pushing my Zammy Enrage, so I thought I'd do a little voiceover just to see how we get on. In terms of my inventory, we've got an Elder Overload, a Prayer Renewal, Spiritual Prayer Potion, some Super Restores, Gothic's Rests, a Ring of Death, or I like to call it a Panic Button, some Blubbers, Lucky Charms, runes for Smoke Cloud, Power Burst, Adrenaline Renewals, Vuln Bombs, Ancient Elven Ritual Shard, and an Enhanced Excalibur. I am wearing the full tier 95 Necromancy set with a Hybrid Zuck Cape, an Essence of Finality with a Deathgrass spec in it, and a Reaver's Ring. So with this, it's a little bit overkill for 200%, but I just enjoy it. I will be using a Calg. That's just going to increase my critical strike by 12%, I think it is. So we're going to get our Calg, we are going to hit a Darkness, just to avoid a little bit of damage, reset, and then head straight into Zammy. Make sure we've got full Adren. There is one thing I'm forgetting. It's not really necessary because I usually kill it quick enough, but I always like to use Lanternine Incense Sticks, just to give us that little bit of extra time with our overloads if we do end up fucking up a little bit. Go to Enrage, 200%. So I will be using the Marjarat Aura. This just helps with damage a little bit. I have done this with Equilibrium and a Scripture of Full, and the kills aren't greatly different, but it is definitely a little bit quicker. Reset Marjarat. Pre-mage, I have my Calg set, so every minute, I believe, it will keep resetting my crit bonus. I've never actually used the Spiritual Prayer Potion in the fight, it's not that necessary. I use the Chaos Witches to build Soul stacks and Necrosis stacks. Pretty basic stuff. The only difference is the 5th Witch, I believe. So on the 5th Witch, I will try to get full stacks. I'll usually pause. So as you can see, I've got full Necrosis stacks and full souls. I will conjure, overload, heal a bit, hit my Grim, and kill the last Witch. Then it is a Deathmark, Smoke Cloud, Vuln Bomb, Touch of Death, regain those stacks. I'll hit a Death Skulls, and a Bloat. Watch my prayer, head onto the pad, hit Split Soul, and Volley of Souls, Finger of Death, and a Bloat, and that should phase him. Weapon spec, other weapon spec, hit a Bloat again, and we'll head into the Infernus. So P1 isn't too bad, there is a little bit more life points on P1, but I don't really find it too much of an issue with this level of damage. With the Scripture of Full, sometimes I'll have to use Finger of Death twice, but this is fine. I just use the Chaos Witch to build up a few more stacks, and we go again. This really isn't necessary, I'm just used to it by now, and it is hitting my Living Death rotation and heading straight onto the pad. I've pretty much got full souls. We do not have a split soul available, but we shouldn't need it. I'll just use soul split, and then I will use my death skulls, one Finger of Death, another Finger of Death, and then I'll try building up some Necrosis stacks. I'll hit a Death Skulls again before my Living Death runs out, and I'm just going to build my Necrosis stacks again up to 12, hit Bloat, and head into the Infernus. Go down to the Witch, Pre-Mage. Usually at this time my Conjures die, so I will tend to resummon my Conjures before trying to build some more soul stacks. And head back out to Zammy. I'm a little bit low on soul stacks, but it doesn't really matter. I'll usually reapply a Vuln Bomb here, try and get a couple more stacks, hit a Split Soul, Death Skulls, Volley of Souls, Finger of Death, more Necrosis stacks. I'll hit a weapon spec here, make sure I'm praying, and over I go. He should still have a Bloat on him, but sometimes I like to reapply a Bloat just before we go inside. Make sure your conjures are all active. Just keep building these stacks. And head back out. I'll then hit Living Death again, but I will get some more stacks just before hitting Living Death, just so I can gain it twice. We're on 12 and 4, which is plenty. Hit a Death Skulls, switch to Soul Slit, Volley of Souls, Finger of Death, build some stacks, hit a Weapon Spec, hit another Weapon Spec, hit a Bloat, and in we head. The first six pads really aren't that bad. It's just kind of keeping my my stacks high. You don't really need to do as much damage as you think, so try to hold off a little bit before it phases. For this part here, so we've got 8 and 4, I believe. Make sure you're praying the right thing, no, unlike me. Split Soul, Death Skulls, same again, Volley of Souls, Finger of Death, build some stacks, Finger of Death again, Weapon Spec, Devotion, hop onto the pad. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Bloat, and head back inside. Make sure you anticipate, otherwise the witch is going to stun you. I completely forgot to mention that. Build more stacks, nice and easy. Oh, we are not praying the right thing, but that's fine. I like to reapply my smoke cloud here, just to make sure we've got it for the next phase. Split Soul, Death Skulls, Volley of Souls. You want to try not to phase him before the adrenaline recap, otherwise you're going to have a bit of a problem. See, right now I'd usually like to be on 100% adrenaline. I hit Finger of Death twice, which meant I couldn't, so we're going to have a little bit of work to do here, but we should be fine. Hit a Death Mark before you go in, a Weapon Spec, the Demon, Pray Mage, we might actually struggle here. So we got the Stick Rune, and what's our other rune? Oh, the two quite awkward runes there, but we should be fine. Kill the rune, over we go to the other rune. Switch to melee, Devotion, get a volley off, Power Burst, Reflect, Finger of Death again, and he's dead. Nice and easy. This is my new little farm at the minute. Every time I log on I tend to do an Armor of Zammy, and what was the kill time? It was 5:10 and just over 5 mil. This is pretty farmable, the rotation's pretty simple, it does have some high requirements, but it's not too bad. I'm JR Sightread, and peace.